Where are you from? I'm from Fort Worth. I'm just from Texas. And they're like, oh, great. I never lie, but I always have a different dialect.
I take my voice to dinner all the time.
No, I will sometimes, if I'm working on a stage role, this is not so much for voice acting, but if I'm working on a stage role and I'm doing a show that requires a dialect, we were talking about dialect work
Sorry,
earlier.
we were talking about
the OKC, stuff like that. And if it's a dialect that I'm not as familiar with and I'm working on, I will sometimes go and completely order a meal and deal with the waitress just to see if I can pass in a real-life situation, to see if I'm not going to get some sort of weird look. Because if I can pass in a real-life situation, I know that whatever I'm going to do on stage is going to read as truthful and honest to an audience.
Yeah, but it doesn't work with, like, anime characters, because if you're in a restaurant and you're like, I want egg! They just call the police. I remember, like, I don't know why I was doing it, but I was, like, doing this Stevie's voice or something. I was talking like this, you know, whatever, right? And it's just, for whatever reason, I was doing it. And then I was working on this pilot or whatever. I was just like, everybody like this, hello guys. And then I turned around and then they're like introducing me to one of these cast guys who's like a little person. And I saw her. And I was like, dude, he totally thinks I was making fun of him or something. I should have just played it off. I should have just played it off. I didn't. I felt such a douchebag. That reminds me of another story. It's completely different, but like I was coming home, and there's a lot of homeless people in LA, and I was exiting the freeway, and there's cars in front of me, and there's cars behind me, and there's a big truck. Anytime there's a big truck behind me, to me I always think it's like a guy like hurry up, you know, even though I can't see him, but it just feels like that. And so I see this homeless lady. Usually there's a homeless guy, and I just pass him by. I'm like, yeah, you're a guy, deal with it. There's a lady there. And I was like, I know. There's a lady there, so I just felt bad, you know? And I was like, dude, I got change. And I had a little bag that I had just eaten carrots out of or whatever. And I finished eating, so I had an empty bag, and I had a bunch of change. I was like, oh, I'll just grab this change. So I grabbed the change and put it in a Ziploc bag and zipped it up or whatever. And then the car started moving, and then they started moving really fast, you know? And she was over there, and I was like, oh, gosh. And so I roll down my window and I start reaching out like this, you know, I'm driving and I feel like this guy's right on me, you know, and I'm trying to go sort of fast, but not too fast so she can get it. But I was going pretty fast. And then I see her reaching out like this, and then so I just kind of lift it like this, right? Just so it would kind of, so she could do this. But it hits her in the face. So once again, I'm a douchebag. I'm like, yeah, take this day. I never saw her again, though. Seriously, like, I never saw her again. And I started thinking, but I was like, God, why? Why did that have to happen that way? Just go in front of her or something. It would be better.
I went back later and beat her with a sock full of quarters.